Here's a live look at KFC Yum Center in Louisville, where last night two teams earned their spots in this year's Elite Eight, and that's going to be a hot ticket there tomorrow as Purdue meets Virginia. Both teams starving to break long droughts and get back to the Final Four. With that, welcome to the big tournament live online across Nexstar Nation here this Friday, continuing our NCAA tournament coverage with live reports from all four regional sites all across this great country. I'm Jared Smalley joining you today. You're watching us online. And this is not all you're going to find on this site. If you click on the sports tab and select the big tournament, you're going to find more interviews and more analysis of this NCAA tournament. So that is available for you online. Before we get to these two regionals set to go tonight, let's run a quick recap of what we saw last night before we check out the games coming up tonight. Great finish, wild finish last night. Purdue and Tennessee, controversial foul call in there, and overtime, Purdue knocking out the Vols 99-94. The number one seeds advanced as expected. Gonzaga over Florida State, Virginia beating Oregon, Texas Tech knocking out an ice-cold Michigan team to get back to the Elite Eight. Four more spots at stake in the Elite Eight. Tonight's games in Washington and Kansas City are going to settle those. In D.C., you get MSU and LSU in the first game, and then Virginia Tech with some big local fan support meeting Duke. In Kansas City, the Midwest Regional, it's red-hot Auburn taking its shot at North Carolina, and then Big Blue Kentucky and Houston meeting. By the end of the night, we'll have our Elite Eight all set for this NCAA tournament. Back to the top seed in the South, the Virginia Cavaliers. Oregon had won 10 in a row before running into UVA's top-ranked swarming defense, and it was on full display last night. And the Cavaliers now just a win away from their first Final Four since 1984. They'll face Purdue tomorrow. Virginia head coach Tony Bennett and his Cavaliers speaking to reporters now in Louisville. Let's listen in.
Didn't know he played with Jason Williford. Didn't know his grandparents lived in Charlottesville, so that's kind of how it happened. He's unique. I had played in the NBA. I've been around some of the best strength coaches. He has 6 years of experience in that. He gets offered jobs all the time. He has a unique way, a different kind of system that's as cutting edge as I've seen. So he's there's so many great coaches in college basketball, and I can't say, oh, we got the best coaching staff. I would never say that. We have one of the best, if not the best, strength and conditioning coach. He's that good. As far as his game, I never saw it. He's tough, so I think he could have worked out, and he's very serious. But I need to see some film before I can really comment on that. So you have to ask Coach Williford. He played with him.
We'll go to the back row here on the right, and then we'll go to the two in the middle.
Yeah, Tony, what would be your message to Kihei in terms of guarding Carson Edwards tomorrow? What does he have to do to kind of slow him down a little bit?
Yeah, he's well. They have Klein and Edwards. They're terrific shooters among other players. Kihei or whoever's on him. When you play players that are that special, that can shoot from unlimited range, you do your best as a team to make it hard for him, and then individually to make him hit tough contested shots. That's always the goal of the defense, and he can get loose and he can shoot off the bounce, off the ball screen. So he's in all levels can score, and he's explosive and strong, you got to be so locked in, so alert because their offense is so good. It's not just, ISO ball for him. It's a whole lot of everything. So it's being continuous and making him work and trying to accept the challenge as a team. But it's not just Carson. It's the other stuff. Matt does a great job of layering their offenses and a quick turnaround. You better play your principles well because you can't know everything they're going to do.
That is Virginia head coach Tony Bennett speaking live in Louisville, and we had very fortunate timing there because he's talking about Purdue and their superstar Carson Edwards. Virginia's going to get Purdue in the South Region Final. They put on an instant classic last night. The Boilermakers in Tennessee did. Purdue hitting some incredible shots, getting back to the Elite Eight. Megan McEwen covers the Boilermakers. She joins us live from now outside the arena there in Louisville. And let's start, Megan, with the obvious question here. Carson Edwards, 42 points against Villanova last night, 29, leading scorer in the tournament so far. Opponents know what's coming, and they cannot stop him.
Jared, unbelievable performance from Carson Edwards last night. He finished with 29 points in probably the craziest college basketball game I've ever seen in my life. Purdue led by as much as 18 in this game. Tennessee comes roaring back in the second half to take the lead. You may have seen it at the end. Carson Edwards fouled on a three, goes to the line with 3 free throws, only makes 2 of the 3 to force overtime. The rest is history. The Boilers are in the Elite Eight for the first time since 2000.
It's it's something just awesome, you know, not just for me and for this team, but for the fan base and the entire university. I mean, we're all really happy, and you know, we're excited to be able to play another day.
That's crazy. It's a blessing, man, just to be able to be here and just compete at this high level like this with a good group of guys, man. I love all of them, and yeah, that's crazy, man. So we're just gonna keep fighting, just try to keep competing.
It's insanely satisfying. You know, the last 2 years I've been here. You know, you get knocked out in the Sweet 16. It doesn't feel great, of course, and now we just finally get there. We finally get over that hump. It's just amazing. Just really proud of this team. But there's still more to accomplish for us.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge, and you know, we play with the confidence that every time we walk out there, we believe that we're the best team, and I think we just got to keep doing that moving forward. And we talked about it before this whole thing, you know, got started, is just taking one game at a time, and I think that's what we've been able to do.
It takes a toll on your body for sure, but mentally, I mean, coming down the stretch, you could be playing for 30 years. You're still going to have those little nerves when it comes down that close. But, you know, we just got to let our games take over. We just got to continue to fight and just continue to stay together.
Wild game last night for the Boilers. Now, Purdue hasn't been to the Final Four since 1980, so nobody on this roster was even alive the last time that Purdue was in the Final Four. They think that they can truly beat this Virginia team. So, Jared, it's going to be an interesting game tomorrow night here in Louisville.
Yeah, so much history at stake for both of these teams, Megan. The other big storyline for Purdue last night, Ryan Klein got on some kind of a heater. He had 7 3-pointers in the game. They needed a complimentary score for Carson Edwards. Klein provided that. Is that the recipe for tomorrow as well?
Absolutely. I would love to know what Ryan Klein drank last night, because I want to be drinking that kind of water when I'm out there playing basketball. He was 6 for 7 from 3 in the second half, hit incredible shots, and he fades back when he shoots, and it gives him enough space and separation from those Tennessee defenders. He could have thrown anything up last night and it would have gone in. He was just in that kind of zone. But that's what it's going to take to beat a team like Virginia, who's so aggressive defensively, rather, and they need him to step up and make shots, because Carson Edwards can't do it all by himself.
It's a great point. We'll be following that game very closely. Megan, thanks so much for joining us there live from Louisville. We're going to get to the other Elite game in Anaheim in just a bit, the other Elite 8 game. Let's start with tonight's games. Sweet 16. To D.C. we go. The East Regional, Audrey Dahlgren there covering Michigan State and LSU tonight. Audrey, 2 tough physical teams going head-to-head, and I'd imagine when you talked to both of them yesterday, they probably see that in the other, right?
Yeah, hi, Jared. Absolutely. Both of these teams, toughness-wise, know what they're going up against, what they're dealing with. It was obviously the main topic, one of the main topics of conversation yesterday at practice. I had an opportunity to catch up with Tom Izzo in regards to this, and I asked him, I said, you know, LSU, they're kind of like an athletic nightmare if you think about it. And he goes, yeah, that's true. They are the most athletic and the biggest team that we've played so far this year, and that's pretty big coming from Tom Izzo. Another thing going off of that is the Tigers, when it comes to their size and their athleticism, they know how to dominate the glass. They average 39 rebounds a game in the regular season, led by freshman forward Naz Reid. And if you listen to Izzo, here's his take on what makes the Tigers so dominant in that area.
I said they do it with vengeance. They do it with, it's almost violent. You know, that's how hard they go there. And it reminds me of some of the teams we had with Jay Rich and Zach and those guys back in the early 2000s. I mean, we've been a good rebounding team this year, maybe the best in the league, but I wouldn't say a tremendous rebounding team. And I think we're going to have to be to win this battle.
It would be a good matchup, especially because it would kind of be a test on, like, can you guard your man? This is like one-on-one, but we play gap defense, but it's really like one-on-one. Can you guard your man? Can you get a stop for the team?
Another one-on-one matchup that they're talking about is the battle of the point guard position between Cassius Winston and Tremont Waters. Both of these guys know how to make something out of nothing, and it's going to be a really great game when it comes to that, because you're going to see both of them can, find their easy ways to the basket and drive to the basket with efficiency. But on top of that, Waters is averaging 15 points a game while Winston is averaging 18, so it should be fun.
That's going to be a great individual matchup for sure, Audrey. I wanted to mention this. It's the first time Sparty's been to the Sweet 16 in 4 years. They've had some injuries along the way. Let's talk, though, about LSU. You want to talk about adversity. They've had a ton of it this year. Will Wade suspended from the university, their head coach. He's not probably coming back, so it's an interim head coach there. They lost a teammate who was killed before the season began. How do the LSU players describe their current situation and how it's motivated them to get to this point?
Yeah, yesterday they said that they, under Tony Bedford, they said that they respect him and they treat him just like they would Will Wade. They give him the same exact respect. They said that they actually are kind of rallying around this in a way because everybody's counting them out when it comes to that sense of it, because they've been through so much turmoil. But really, every win they get, it's kind of with a vengeance to show people that they can overcome this adversity. So they really are playing for, I would say, Will Wade in that sense, but also just for the fact that, don't count the Tigers out just because we've been through all of this, and they're really rallying around it, and they respect Tony Bedford tremendously. That's what they all said. Now,
if you love a good physical game, this is about as good as you're going to get. Audrey, tell us real quick, where are you? Because it's obviously very well decorated tonight.
Yeah, hey, we're at the Marriott, one of the Marriott's hotels in Washington, D.C. We're getting ready for a pep rally to take place here, a big Michigan State pep rally. There's going to be a ton of Spartan fans in attendance. Athletic Director Bill Beekman will also be here. He's going to give a speech, so hopefully we'll be able to catch up with him. But it is nice in here, yeah. Nice backdrop, huh?
It's a very impressive setup for a pep rally. That's a big school operation. Thanks very much, Audrey Dahlgren, joining us there live from the MSU Pep Rally coming up later today. The other regional site working tonight is Kansas City. Big 12 tournament, always there at Sprint Center, always entertaining. They do a great job, great venue for that city in the NCAA tournament. That is Auburn and UNC. We're going to get to that game in just a little bit. In the meantime, we'll go back to D.C. Is that okay upstairs? Go back, not yet? Okay, we'll do that shortly. I'm going to do one other quick thing for you, and I want to tell you a little bit about the content that we have available for you online on all our websites across Nexstar Nation. You're obviously watching us online today, so check it out. There's a lot more material you can use for your following of this NCAA tournament. It's the big tournament tab. So you go to the sports tab at the top of the page, and then you click on the big tournament and look at all that content that's there for you. You got interviews, analysis, side stories from all the teams who are getting into the Sweet 16 and perhaps into the Elite 8. So check your local websites and we'll be good to go there for you on the big tournament coverage. Now, time to go back to Kansas City. We're going to talk to Simone Eli, who covers the Auburn Tigers. It's a prime assignment. You get a great game, Simone. Auburn and UNC tonight. Auburn, I think you can make the case, put together the single best game of the tournament when they blew out Kansas last week. And it was amazing to watch. That's after they rolled Tennessee in the SEC title game. What is the fuel for this run by Auburn?
Well, Jared, quite frankly, I think the biggest fuel for Auburn right now is that when the bracket came out a couple of weeks ago and they saw all of the blue bloods of basketball programs that are in the Midwest region, they said, we are going to prove that we can hang with these guys. And they did just that last week when they absolutely blew out Kansas. They went up 20 points at one point. Unbelievable from beyond the arc, and they were very impressive against the Jayhawks. Now they have to get through North Carolina, potentially Kentucky to get to the Final Four. I think that is what Auburn is, that's what they're fueled by right now. These leaders, Bryce Brown, Jared Harper, and of course the head coach, Bruce Pearl, is saying we can hang with some of the best in the country. Yeah, it's Roy Williams. Yeah, it's one of the greatest programs ever in college basketball, but we can play with them too. But it's going to take a fast start. That's exactly what Bruce Pearl talked about when he spoke yesterday after practice.
We're going to be ourselves. The question is how we're going to react if we don't play great early. How are we going to react if Carolina hits us in the mouth and makes a bunch of shots and looks like, it's men against boys and it's the blue bloods against the the team from Auburn, Alabama, and then how do we react from there? That's going to be the real key.
We probably think about it the first couple of minutes, but at the end of the day, it's basketball. We came to Auburn for a reason, and to be up here with all the blue bloods, quote unquote.
So that right there, Austin Wiley, the center for Auburn, he is out to prove as well that he can hang with those big guys that North Carolina has down there in the paint. All of these guys very motivated from the guards to the post. They want to get a win and prove they belong.
Now, Simone, let's talk about UNC for a second. You alluded to their size inside. Sterling Manley, Luke May. They've got talent down there. One of the best teams, though, overall. And it's not just that. It's a team with a bunch of guys who've played in the tournament. Guys that are sophomores and juniors and even seniors who've been through the wars, if you will, the NCAA tournament. How does that experience benefit them on this stage tonight?
Jared, it benefits them incredibly. Listen, I played in the NCAA tournament. We came from a mid-major conference, and the bottom line is we were up against teams that have been there, done that. That is what North Carolina is, especially under Roy Williams. When you look at the comparison, okay, Auburn is making their 10th NCAA tournament appearance. On the other hand, North Carolina is making their 10th Sweet 16 appearance under Roy Williams alone. That just goes to show how much clout, how much talent, how much they have used to playing in the tournament. The neutral site, getting used to the energy, the atmosphere, and the do-or-die mentality that you have, that you have to come out with in these games in the tournament. Roy Williams, been there, done that, bought that t-shirt, and these players have as well. It's a huge benefit for North Carolina.
Excellent point. Simone, thanks for joining us there live from Kansas City for what should be a spectacular athletic event. Auburn and UNC tonight. You're watching the big tournament. And now let's go back to D.C. to talk about the #1 overall seed in this tournament. But Duke was about a quarter of an inch away from being home for the Sweet 16. Such an incredible effort from UCF last weekend. But the Blue Devils are still alive. Arn Anderson joins us live from D.C. to talk about Duke and Virginia Tech tonight. Familiar foes, obviously, from the ACC. Arn, UCF last week laid out a potential blueprint, right? Now, they had a guy who's 7'6" in the middle. That obviously helps when you pack the lane. They forced Duke to shoot threes. Do you expect Tech is going to try to follow that same strategy?
Well, my hunch would be yes, and let's be clear, Johnny Dawkins didn't invent the wheel. We'd seen other teams, even as far back as January, and Jim Boeheim in Syracuse, force Duke really to win basketball games from the perimeter and not inside where Zion Williamson gets the lion's share of his points. So, yes, I think what we've seen is a blueprint from January on, which is, hey, guys, we're going to pack the paint. We're going to make you beat us with the outside shot, which, as we've seen, Duke has not been very consistent with. And in talking to the Hokies yesterday, they're not changing a thing versus what we saw last month in Blacksburg. They're going to make Duke shoot from outside. In fact, they said quite flatly, we're going to do exactly the same tonight in this Sweet 16 showdown. Let's take a listen.
Yeah, he's a tremendous player, but, you know, it is what it is. We're going to not let the ball get in the paint, make them shoot long contested threes.
How tired are you of hearing guys say, hey, we're going to pack the paint and make Duke shoot the basketball?
I mean, we hear it a lot, but I don't think we're worried about it.
They're not the first team that's done that, so we kind of been facing that all year.
Yeah, they have faced that all year, and what they keep coming back to is the idea that, hey, they went 3-3 without Zion Williamson. They have only lost one game when everybody is healthy. Now, we know that Justin Robinson does return for the Hokies tonight, but Duke feels that Zion's return will trump that. They're very, very confident heading in to this ACC showdown.
Yeah, Arn, I'm glad you mentioned Robinson. Really good player for Tech, and he missed a lot of time this year, so that can help the Hokies. But they're one of the few teams in America who knows what it's like to beat Duke. Obviously, when they played Duke, Zion Williamson did not play. That's obviously a factor. He's back tonight. Is that a motivational factor for Duke, you think, the fact that Tech got them last time?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. In fact, Zion was asked, have you kind of kept a running tab in your head about the teams that beat Duke while you were out? And he kind of joked about it, but I think underneath it all, you could see, yeah, he had. North Carolina got Duke twice. Blue Devils got even, of course, in the ACC semifinals. He was there in Blacksburg when the Hokies got even, or got over, I should say, on Duke. He was very well aware of the fact that his partner in crime, his roommate, R.J. Barrett, was sick for that game. These guys definitely have kept that in the back of their mind that, hey, we'd like another shot at these guys. And, hey, by the way, it's going to happen in the Sweet 16 with a berth in the Elite 8 on the line. Yeah, there was definitely motivation for Duke. They remember what happened last month, and they're here tonight to avenge that loss, believe me.
All right, Arn, appreciate you joining us there live outside the arena there in D.C. Going to be a great one, I suspect. Duke and Virginia Tech tonight. Appreciate it, sir. Then the nightcap. We'll go back to Kansas City, Kentucky. Massive fan following, Big Blue Nation. They're set to meet Houston, coming off their impressive win over Ohio State in round 2. Jessica Wimsatt covers the Cats. She joins us live from KC to talk about that matchup. Thousands of Wildcat fans going to be there for it, no doubt, and they're all asking the same question. P.J. Washington, top scorer for the Cats, missed the start of the tournament with a foot injury. John Calipari yesterday sounded hopeful they could get Washington back for this game. He kind of hinted at it. What's the latest you know about P.J.'s status?
Yeah, Jared. Well, I can tell you, I don't think I have ever talked about someone's foot so much in my entire life as I have over the past couple of weeks focusing on P.J. Washington. And I do have some good news, though. There might be an end in sight coming soon because yesterday that foot and P.J. officially hit the court for practice. Now, of course, when the media was there, P.J. was only doing things like warming up, shooting free throws. So we didn't get to actually see him in live game action or anything like that. But the goal of yesterday's practice was to do simply that, figure out if he is able to go today. And when we asked him and John Calipari and the rest of the players yesterday if he would be able to play in today's game, even P.J. Washington himself couldn't give us a straight answer on that one. Let's have a listen.
Obviously, I want to play a lot. I mean, I put my heart and soul in this program and stuff like that. So, I mean, just to go out there and not be able to play really hurt me. So, just to see these guys get a win, and I was just happy for them. I was excited to get the cast off finally. So, I feel a lot better than what I was. I just haven't really got on the court and see anything. So, I mean, I'm definitely going to try to go out there and see what I can do today.
I just want to say, is P.J. playing? Does anybody know here whether he's playing? I don't know. Greatest thing for him is the doc said you can't hurt yourself, and if that were the case, I wouldn't let him play. Doc said you're going to be in pain after the game if you do play, but you know, how much pain can you deal with? And he wants to play. Now it's, you know, can he play? And we don't know. I mean, if anybody's guessing, we just don't know yet.
So as you can hear, there are still lots of questions surrounding whether or not he will play today. And Jared, just to give you an idea of exactly how much attention P.J. Washington and his foot have gotten over the past couple of weeks, on Wednesday when he got his cast off, he tweeted out a video. It was a 5-second video simply of his feet walking on the floor. That video now, Jared, has almost 4,000 likes and has started something called the PJ Challenge, which the players explained to me yesterday in the locker room is simply other people, random people, taking videos of their feet walking. So that is just how crazy this whole P.J. Washington thing has become.
Yeah, Jessica, I saw that yesterday, and I thought it would have been just a little bit better if they'd all been set to the music from Saturday Night Fever. That would have been picture perfect. Let's talk about the Wildcats. Obviously, last week it was a really difficult second-round matchup with Wofford. Wofford did not even shoot that great, and they still made UK really work for it last week. Where did the Cats run into some problems there?
Yeah, well, John Calipari, I think, had the best answer to that question yesterday when he said, you know, you can take any team in the NCAA tournament and take their best player off the floor, and it's going to make them simply not as good. And I think that's what we saw against Wofford last week for the Cats. Thankfully, though, they have had some guys step up, and the players also told me yesterday that they're glad that they played Wofford last week because a lot of the things that they did on defense against, you know, a guard-dominated shooting team like Wofford are the same sort of things they'll have to do tonight against Houston. So they're hoping that that preparation, especially on the defensive end, translates, and with or without P.J. Washington, they're able to take care of business here tonight.
And they, Jessica, they better take Houston very seriously. Watch their entire second-round game, and this is a team that plays with incredible pace. They can shoot threes offensively, but where they really hurt you is defensively. This is a top 10 defense in the country. They're active, but they don't foul a bunch. It's a really good squad. It's not just a team that maybe played in a lesser conference and racked up a bunch of wins. This is a legitimate team. What's the scouting report on Houston?
Well, you mentioned their defense. They're good on offense, too. You know, you look at this regional here, and you see names like North Carolina and Kentucky, and then you see Houston, and you think to yourself for maybe just a second, oh, well, maybe we can overlook a team like Houston, but that is not the case. John Calipari said yesterday, if you do that to this Houston team, you will lose. I don't care who you are. That is going to be a loss on your schedule. So the Cats are not overlooking Houston, and you mentioned their defense, but they're also good on offense. Just take this, for example. In the last 2 NCAA tournament games, they are averaging 22 points for their margin of victory. That's a whole heck of a lot, Jared, and I know the Cats will have to be ready to play here tonight. If you want to hear more about Houston, I talked to them in the locker room yesterday as well about what this whole experience has been like for them. You can find that sound on our website under that big tournament page. But, you know, with or without PJ tonight, both teams told me the exact same thing in the locker room when I asked what the key was to tonight's game. They both said rebounding. So, you know, for a smaller team, a guard-dominated team like Houston, that will be even trickier if PJ Washington is able to go here for the Cats tonight.
That is an excellent point, Jessica. Well said. Thanks for joining us there live from Kansas City. Man, I told you, the games tonight are really good, and that gets you well set for what the games are coming. The 4 games tonight, 4 spots to go to the Elite 8 over the weekend. Our final spot is in the Western region, and this is going to be the kind of game that I think people, when they watch an NCAA tournament game, you want to see excitement. You're going to see points. Gonzaga and Texas Tech are going to give you just that in that matchup. Gonzaga, the #1 offense in the country, more than 88 points per game. Ended up routing Florida State yesterday in the Sweet 16. They looked really impressive. Rui Hachimura has been just tremendous for them, National Player of the Year. But Texas Tech, it is the truth. They're back in the Elite 8, trying to get to the Final Four, and they're powered by perhaps the best individual player in this tournament, Jarrett Culver. He is going to be an NBA lottery pick. He might be in the top 5 of picks. That's that young man right there. Jarrett Culver is a stud, and if you've seen him play so far in this tournament, you kind of can't take your eyes off of his skill set and what he brings. Texas Tech is not just him, though. It's a well-disciplined team. They've been here now. You get the sense this is the kind of team that can give Gonzaga a real challenge. So when you look at Gonzaga and what they bring, again, as we mentioned, top scoring team in the country, Rui Hachimura, tremendous on the inside, a power forward from Japan who's become an international star in this tournament for numerous reasons. He said growing up in Japan, nobody really knew about the NCAA tournament. It wasn't necessarily a big deal, but now he is followed by Japanese media and press, and so the NCAA tournament has become a big story overseas. And obviously he's a big reason for that, a tremendous player for the Bulldogs as they try to get to the national championship and the Final Four coming up next week. So that is a look at the brackets, and it gets you set for the second half of the Sweet 16 later on tonight. That is a wrap on the big tournament for day 2 this week. We'll be back tomorrow. Talk about the Elite 8. We keep slicing and slicing and slicing. 2 games tomorrow, 2 games Sunday, live online tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Time, noon Pacific. More live coverage across the nation. We're back here tomorrow, and we'll see you for that.